constitutional right that belongs to every person who is born in this country. That is something we cannot dismiss, we cannot ignore, and we must not forget. Not only is it foundational to our Constitution, it is also fundamental and foundational to our contribution. One of the ways that we make a difference is by voting. Right. Someone said earlier, I forget who it was, that all of us are not rich. There are some of us in this room who are, but all of us are not rich. All of us have not been blessed to live in suburbia. All of us have not been blessed to have certain advantages, but all of us, by virtue of the right that we are citizens of this nation, have the right to vote. And because the Constitution affords us as citizens that right to vote, it means that our vote matters as much as anyone else's. And that to me is the most diabolical and despicable aspect of what is being done by our legislature. It is daring to say that there are those whose vote and voice does not count. There are those who would dare to say 2014 that your zip code determines your value. That your pay stub determines your value. That how many alphabets you have behind your name determines your value. That whether or not you are a D or an R determines your value. That your pigmentation determines your value. And we have come to Trinity today to declare that we will not be subjugated to such narrowly defined definitions of what our value is. We are Americans. I shall say it again. We are Americans. And it does not matter if our skin is black, or if our nose is broad, or our lips are thick, or our hair is coarse, or our reproductive organs are that of genitalia that belongs to a male or a female. That does not matter. We are citizens. And as citizens, we have a right by, from, and of the Constitution to make a contribution. It is foundational and fundamental to our Constitution. It is part and parcel of our rights as citizens, and it is the means by which all of us make a contribution. That my grandmother, were she alive, could make a contribution by going into a booth, pulling a curtain, casting a vote. That a young person, 18 years of age, can go into a booth, pull a curtain, cast a vote. That someone who has come here from another country, raise their right hand and become a citizen, can go into a booth, close a curtain, cast a vote. An American Indian, an Hispanic, a Mexican, a Latino, a black, a white, a male, a female, has within their hands constitutionally the right to vote as a citizen and make a contribution. Beloved, that right and privilege is too precious to give away. It is too precious to remain silent. And I would close with the words of Dietrich Bonhoeffer, that great noted German pastor who died just days before his concentration camp was liberated by the Allies. When that German Lutheran pastor was asked, "Why do you care what Hitler does to the Jews? You are a Lutheran." Bonhoeffer replied, "If he comes for the Jews and no one speaks up for them, he will then come for the Catholics. If he comes for the Catholics and no one speaks up for them, he will then come for those who belong to some other Reformation or denomination. And if no one speaks up for them, when he comes for the Lutherans, there will be no one left to speak up. You and I cannot afford to sit idly by while those who sit on Broad Street, who feed at the trough of our taxes, and who serve at our behest, seek to strip from us the basic, fundamental, foundational rights of the Constitution and us as citizens. And we will speak up so that when they come for one, they come for all of us. And they are reminded we are one nation